It's story time. Come on, grab your friends. We'll go to imagination's end. Through song and laugh, there's lots of learning and the fun never ends. It's story time. Well, thanks for tuning in. Sorry about that. My last video got cut short because the internet just went out for a second. So we're gonna start over. Sometimes that happens, and that's okay. If you missed it, let me start over. So sorry I couldn't make it to the Storytime snippet this week to teach you all about colors in a super fun way, but I'm here on Friday for Storytime to hopefully continue some fun, and hopefully you guys can help me with a little bit of my color recognition. I seem to be bamboozled this week, so I might need a little bit of your help at home to remind me which colors are which even. Luckily, I've brought with me 3 different storybooks that can help me remember what all of the colors are. Could you help me? Could you help me identify all of these colors when I have questions? I hope so, and I hope that this story time is fun for you. The first book I have today is a really silly book about a really silly kitty. And it reminds me of my mom and grandma because they have really silly kitties, which they love so much. So we're going to start out with the book, Blue Ethel. This book is by Jennifer Black Reinhardt, and it was published by Margaret Ferguson Books. All right, are you ready to start over? We start with Ethel the cat. Ethel was old. She was fat. She was black. She was white. And she was very set in her ways. Every day, Ethel went outside to survey the land. This is her land. This is a really fun backyard. Look at all the cool stuff in it. We've got a rhinoceros. We have polka dot mushrooms, a swimming pool, swing set, all sorts of colorful things. We have flamingos, a dead plant, you know, just the regular stuff you'd find in the yard. She would go out and monitor the weather. Just checking on it, seeing if it's all right today. Here she is by a tree, looking at a bird. She would chase villains. Villains? Look at those. Those are ants, not villains, Ethel. Does your kitty at home ever chase little bugs around and pretend that they're villains? Cats are so silly. And she would explore her favorite sidewalk square where she liked to roll before taking a nap after her very long day. It wasn't very easy being Ethel, but she was good at it. Until one late afternoon. Uh-oh. After she rolled and rolled and rolled, Ethel was still old. She was still fat. She was still black, but Ethel was no longer white. Ethel didn't know it, but she was... What color is this cat rolling in? What color is that? I can't remember. Is it pink? No. That's not pink. What color is that? It's blue. That's right. Oh, man. Can't get anything right. Ethel was blue. She rolled in sidewalk chalk. What a silly cat. On her way home that evening, Ethel noticed that others were looking at her kind of strangely. Look at these cats. What? What? Ethel? She heard whispers. Azure, cerulean, cobalt. How odd. How interesting. Ethel's blue. Ethel's heart sank into her paws. She wasn't supposed to be blue. And that made her feel very, very blue. She was sad. She did not want to be blue. She did not mean to be blue. And because of that sadness, she left all the neighborhood cats and went in her cat door. She said, upset. The next morning, Ethel felt too blue to go outside, so she gave herself a bath. Now she had blue stripes. What a silly cat. She looked out the window and saw Fluffy, who was young and slim and usually white and fluffy. But today, Fluffy was... Oh my goodness, what color is Fluffy? Is Fluffy blue too? No, Fluffy's not blue. Is Fluffy yellow? No, Fluffy's pink. Oh, what a silly cat. Oh my goodness. Together, Ethel and Fluffy surveyed the land. They monitored the weather by flying a kite and looking at clouds. And they chased villains. Together in their weird colors. And when they explored the sidewalk square and rolled and rolled and rolled, they became colorful. Look at these silly cats, all covered in colors. All the colors of the rainbow. Ethel was still old. She was still fat. She was still black. And some days she was still white. Unless another color caught her fancy. It wasn't easy being Ethel, but she was good at it. The end. A cat of a different color. Super silly. Good thing she had a good friend, right? All right, for our second book today. This is one of my favorite books ever. I read it one more time this year for a different story time, and I'm going to read it again. This is also a sing-along song, so maybe you can sing and dance with me in your living room. This song is called I Ain't Gonna Paint No More by Karen Beaumont. And this book was published by Hardcore Books. All right, ready? One day my mama caught me painting pictures on the floor and the ceiling and the walls and the curtain and the door. And I heard my mama holler like I never did before. Uh-oh, he has painted everywhere in the whole house. What do you think his mom's gonna say? You ain't gonna paint no more. says, "Oh, I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more." Look at her. She's putting all of his paints way up in the closet, and he's way over here on the stairs watching her, not able to paint anymore. Ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. That's what I say, but there ain't no way that I ain't gonna paint no more. Uh-oh. He's got boxes, bowling balls, stools, trunks, and presents, and he's on top of it getting down his paints. That's not going to be any good. So I take some red and I paint my... What do you think he's going to paint with red? I take some red and I paint my head. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. What the heck? Gonna paint my neck. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Still I just can't rest till I paint my chest. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Well, I guess there ain't no harm if I paint my arm. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Let's count the ants on that arm. How many ants did he paint on his arm? Let's start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, wow, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 ants on his arm. Ethel would think that these are villains, right? Well, I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. But I just can't stand not to paint my hand. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Then I see some black, so I paint my... What do you think he paints? Rhymes with black. I see some black, so I paint my back with a giant paint roller all over the place. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Uh-oh, like an Easter egg, gonna paint my... What rhymes with egg? Leg. Look, he painted his egg like an Easter egg. Leg. He painted his leg like an Easter egg. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Still I ain't complete till I paint my feet. Whoa, look at this guy. He's got paint everywhere. I ain't complete till I paint my feet. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. But I'm such a nut, I'm gonna paint my... What? Oh no. You're caught. You're caught, little man. So sorry about you. Y'all don't faint, 'cause there ain't no paint. So I ain't gonna paint no more. He got in the bathtub and got it everywhere. The end. What a silly, colorful story. All right, and for this last book, I need some color experts because this last book is not just in one language, it's in 2 languages. Languages are the way that people speak all around the whole world. And all around the whole world, there are over 100 different languages that people speak. If you speak a different language from someone, that means that you use a different word to say the same thing. For example, in Spanish, if people speak Spanish, when they say red, they say rojo. We say red, they say rojo. So this book is going to help us learn different colors in different languages. Isn't that cool? This book is called A Color of His Own by Leo Leone. And the Spanish name for this book is Su propio color, A Color of His Own. This book is a Penguin Random House book. So let's start. What color is this bird? Green. Parrots are green. Loros son verdes. Green, verde. Goldfish are red. Algunos peces son rojos. Red, rojos. What animal is that? That's an elephant. And what color are elephants? Elephants are gray. Elephants are gray. Los elefantes son grises. Gray, gris. Pigs are pink. Los cerdos son rosados. Pink, rosados. All animals have a color of their own. Todos los animales tienen su propio color. Menos los camaleones, except for chameleons. Cambian de color donde quiera que van. They change color wherever they go. Chameleons, they have special skin that makes them blend in to what's around them. Sobre los limones son amarillos. On lemons, they are, what color is this? What color are lemons? Are lemons pink? No, lemons are yellow. On lemons, they are yellow. Entre el brezo son morados. In the heather, what color are they? Purple. In the heather, they are purple. Purple, morados. Morados, purple. Y sobre el tigre, tienen rayas como los tigres. And on tigers, they have stripes like a tiger. What color are those stripes? Those stripes are orange and black. Naranja y negro. Naranja is orange. Negro is black. Un día, un camaleón que estaba sentado en la cola de un tigre se dijo. One day, a chameleon who was sitting on a tiger's tail said to himself, "If I remain on a leaf, I shall be green forever, and so I too will have a color of my own." Con esta idea, Alegre subió a la hoja más verde. With this thought, he cheerfully climbed onto the greenest leaf he could find. Pero en el otoño, la hoja se volvió amarilla y también el camaleón. But in the autumn, the leaf turned yellow, and so did the chameleon. So here we have green, the color green. In Spanish, the color green is verde, verde. And this, we have the leaf turning yellow and orange. Yellow is amarilla, and orange is naranja. Más tarde, la hoja cambió el color rojo. Rojo. Tenemos rojo, red. Y también la camaleón volvió rojo. And then the winter winds blew the leaf from the branch. And with those leaves, the chameleon. Oh no. El camaleón se volvió negro durante las largas noches de invierno. What color did the chameleon turn for the long nights of winter? What color is that chameleon? Black, which is negro. The chameleon turned black. But when spring came, he walked out into the green grass, the verde grass, and there he met another chameleon. He told his sad story. "Won't we ever have a color of our own?" he asked the new chameleon. "And what color is he?" "He's red, rojo, red." "What color is that other chameleon?" "Green, verde, green." "I'm afraid not," said the other chameleon, who was older and wiser. "But," he added, "why don't we stay together? We will still change color everywhere we go, but you and I can always be alike." Well, that's nice to say. And so they remained side by side. What color were they together? Together, they were the color verde, or green. Y morado, purple. Morado, purple. Y amarillo. Yellow, amarillo, yellow. And red with white polka dots. Y rojo, con lunares blancos. And they lived happily ever after. Y vivieron felices para siempre. Can you remember what color red is in Spanish? Rojo, rojo. Felices para siempre. El fin. The end. Wow. We learned so much today. We learned singing, we learned different colors and different languages, and we learned about super silly cats who don't know how to not roll in chalk, right? And I think most of all, today we learned about friendship. So I hope you really enjoyed watching Storytime with me today, and I hope to see you next week for Indigenous Peoples Week. We're going to be learning all about the Iroquois Native Americans. I'm so excited for that one. We'll see you then, okay, everybody? Thanks for coming. Have a great weekend. See you later.